Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mid-Atlantic Mauling League's Chaos Cup. We're in week number 3, late in the week here. We've got a few more games to play. We got one good one for you tonight. Tonight it's going to be Norse versus Humans, the Nerdstrom's Nosecount versus Imitation Skaven, and don't forget Nathan, War Horseman versus Venger. This will be a fun one to talk about and a fun one to watch. Let's take a look at the standings before we take a look at the two teams' rosters. In Division A, currently in first place is BB Nut and the Bolieve Broncos, a Nurgle team. 2-1-0 is their record. They are followed very closely behind by Ajax's the Fishy Fiends. They're a Chaos Renegade team with the same record, 2-1-0. And Galeshi's the Birds of a Feather in third place. An Elven Union team, 1-2-0 is their record. And over in Division B, currently in first place is Spire's Philosopher's Song. They're a Lizard team. They are 2-1-0 currently here in week 3. And there's a three-way tie for second place. Cobblestorm's Goddard gets a Goblin team tied for second, 1-1-0. My team, Technobabble Inc., is a human team also in second place. And S. Beavers, Wooden Men, and Iron Trees, a Wood Elf team. They are also in second place. They have the last game of this week coming up this Sunday. But we're going to be in Division C this evening. In first place is Clyphus's Odin. It's Nuffle. That's a Norse team. They are 3-0-0 in this competition. Con Kills Entanglements are 2-0-0. They're an Imperial Nobility team. And tied for second place is Doug the Minotaurs. Dinnerbell Darlings. They're a Dwarven team. 2-0-0 is their record. The home team tonight is going to be a Norse team. It's Nerdstrom's Nosecount. They're coming in at a TV of 950,000 gold. They are missing a player that's going to bring their effective TV up to an even 1 million gold. They have the big guy Bumble here, the Yeti, 2 Ulfwereners, 2 Berserkers, a bunch of linemen, 1 Oppo, 1 dedicated fan, 2 rerolls. They're going to be up against this human team tonight. Imitation, Skaven, and Nathan. There he is. They have 12 players on the roster and a TV of 1,040,000 gold. That's 40K going back to the Norse team in petty cash this evening. They also have a big guy in the Ogre, Mr. Pibb. They have a thrower. They have 4 catchers, 2 blitzers, a halfling, and then a trio of linemen there to round out the roster. 1 Oppa, 1 cheerleader, 3 dedicated fans, 3 rerolls. How are these teams going to play each other tonight? Let's take a look at the Norse team first. This Norse team, look at these skills. This is absolutely fantastic. All of the linemen and the Berserkers, of course, they all have the block skill as rookies right out of the gate. The block skill, that is marvelous. 5 players with Frenzy as well. That's lots of block dice for those Berserkers. That's lots of block dice that have the block skill. And if you knock down a Berserker, the Berserker doesn't mind because he has jump up. He's not going to lose any MA at all. An absolute nuisance on the pitch. Lots of block dice being rolled. The Yeti has Claw. That is going to be great for this team in this matchup. That means everybody's going to have an AV of 8+, just like those 4 catchers. When going up against the Yeti, that is. And you would think this is a bashy team and they want to be making hits. And you'd be right. The problem is, look at this armor value. It is not great. The 2 Ulfwereners and the Yeti, they have AV 9+. That's average. Everyone else is 8+. These are glass cannons. These guys are going to die. And so for the Nosecount tonight, that really means playing sort of a chess match, right? They're going to, Tizzle Bizzle demanding death. I think you're going to get it. Boot Polish, Bad Dog, and Tizzle Bizzle, welcome to the stream. And so I think War Horseman might want to maybe jump out early on the Bashy game, maybe try to get a couple of hits in early. Maybe that means going on offense first. But the problem is keeping your players safe. The Nosecount are going to lose players as this game progresses. There's no question about that. They need to find a way to keep these players alive and keep them on the pitch for as long as possible while leveraging these blocks. And that's going to come down to 2 things, I think. 1, it's going to come down to smart use of your blitz. And 2, it's going to be finding ways to take multiple blocks with your players while making sure you're not giving blocks back to your opponent. And that means setting up a chain of blocks. So if you imagine maybe you're on the line and you have 3 against your opponent's 3, bring in a player, perhaps on a blitz. You bring in a player to lend the assist on one side of that line, and now you get 2 die blocks down the line. You take your blocks, you're pushing the opponent away, and now when the opponent's turn comes up, they're not getting free blocks against you. This is going to be what Warhorseman really has to do in this matchup tonight in order to stay alive long enough to come out on top. They do have the Yeti. The Yeti has Claw. Claw can be huge. Frenzy's lots of block dice. Of course, the block skill is great as well. But they're up against a human team tonight, and humans can do it all. They can't do any of it well. Or rather, they don't excel at any of it, but they do all of it. And so the playstyle of a human team is to counterplay your opponent. It's to lean into your opponent's weaknesses. And for this matchup, that is going to be speed. The opposing team has a max MA of 6. This human team has 4 catchers at an MA of 8, the 2 blitzers at an MA of 7. That's a significant speed advantage, and Venger's going to have to lean into that to win this game tonight. Going to play like a little bit of an edge team, but not really. What they're wanting to do is with these blitzers, they have the block skill, right? They'll be a key component to this team tonight. That those blitzers will go in. They're very fast at an MA of 7. They can take the blocks. They can open up the lanes on offense for those catchers to run down and score. On defense, these catchers can harass the backside of the Norse cage. This team can spread wide as well. They have the speed advantage, so they can try to poke holes in the offense. On offense, they can spread, they can cage up or spread wide. They have a couple of options there, but once that hole opens up, these catchers can shoot down that hole. You secure it for a turn, and then you're going to score. Venger's going to lean into that. So Venger has the speed advantage, needs to take advantage of that, and needs to use those 2 blitzers to not just open up the holes for the catchers, but try to get that player advantage, because he's up against a team that's very, very weak with that AV 8+ almost across the board. You want to leverage that to your advantage as well. You want to try to get that player advantage. Needs to do that with these blitzers, but only has the 2. You could start with 4. Decided to go all in on the catchers. Picked up the 4 catchers. Doesn't have the 4 blitzers. Just has the 2 blitzers. So these are going to be critical pieces for this roster tonight. Watch out for fake Rolex and cubic zirconia, because if they go in for the block to try to get that knockdown, to try to get the removal, to try to get the player advantage, if they're exposed, these frenzy players on the opposing side are going to come after these blitzers and try to take them out. We might even see a foul on a blitzer if a blitzer gets knocked down. They're that important to this roster. Very interesting matchup tonight. I do want to say before this game starts, we have just a couple of seconds before the game starts, but whenever you're playing a fragile team, a team that has AV 8+ strategically, it's going to be a bad time at the end of this game for this Norse team, simply because they're not making a lot of money, right? They have 1 dedicated fan here. The opponent has 2 dedicated fans or 3 dedicated fans. You're going to lose players on a fragile team, and that means you want to have the money in the bank to replace them. So not a whole lot of money probably coming back to these teams this evening. That's going to hurt Nosecount more than it's going to hurt Imitation Skaven. But that's something to think about when picking up a frail team. You can find yourself in a death spiral if you don't have enough money in the bank. You're losing players every single game, and suddenly you're fielding 5 journeymen. All right, enough jabbering. Let's get this game underway. Hank the Ranger says, I am Imitation Skaven. Skaven can't have 4 blitzers. Fair enough. All right, I see both coaches in Discord ready to go. So we'll get this game underway here in just a few minutes. Few moments. So you can see here the schedule for the remainder of week 3. Coming up, we have a game this Saturday, March 1st at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's UTC -5. That's going to be a Lizard Mirror match. The Pipstars versus Vesuvian Lavabacks. Dead Fred versus Berserker Tempest. And then we have a doubleheader to round out the week on Sunday, March 2nd, starting at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's going to be the Goodest Boys Strike Back versus Dinner Bell Darlings to kick that evening off. Old Gamer Mike versus Doug the Minotaur. That is Necro versus Dwarves. And then we have the Discomancers versus Wooden Men and Iron Trees to close out the week. Ian versus S. Beaver. Necro versus Wood Elves. That'll be a fun one as well. Very difficult dance, I think, that a Norse coach has to really do up against a number of teams, right? Because you want to be taking the blocks, you want to be using those skills to bash people into the ground, but you don't want to be giving up the blocks because you're so frail. So it can be very difficult, in my opinion anyway, very difficult to kind of figure out the calculus there as where your players want to be. And despite all of that, right? Despite just the fact that you want to be taking blocks and you want to live, you've still got a game of Blood Bowl to play. You still got a ball to worry about. You still have 2 halves to worry about. You still have a whole competition and a whole season to worry about. It can be complicated, I think. No beer bore on this roster. I think this is the only Norse team in this competition without a beer bore. I love the beer bore. But I think this is also the only Norse team that has the big guy. So this will be our first taste of the Yeti here this season. Total of 8 fan factor between the 2 teams here. 1 journeyman for the nose count. They had 10 on the roster. I had to pick up 1. 40K, they're picking up a cheerleader and a coach. Why not? I might have picked up... well, that's fine. It's fine. Nose count wins the coin toss here. We'll see if they go on offense or defense here. If they go on defense, they might... so they're choosing to receive here. So if they went on defense, they might be fearful of the player count and say, you know what? I'll have 11 on the pitch to start with here, guaranteed. Let me do that. But if they go on offense here, they get to go first, which means they'll take those blocks first. They have the block skill. They have Frenzy. That gives them a shot to try to get that player advantage right from the jump. On the line and a very wide anchor here for Imitation, Skaven, and Nathan. They have that big guy off the line. We'll probably see the Yeti do the same here. Both coaches probably going to put these big guys off the line to keep them for... Well, the Yeti's going on the line here, so he's going to try to control center pitch with the Yeti. But the reason this Ogre's off the line here is because Wenger doesn't want this Ogre to get tied down on the line and basically just be out of the drive for the entirety... or be out of the drive from the first turn. If the Ogre and the Yeti go toe-to-toe, that's a problem for the Ogre because they are equal strength, but this Yeti has Claw, and Claw is going to treat Mr. Pibb's AV as if it's an A+. It's a bad trade for this human team. The problem with putting the Yeti on the line here for the nose count is that the Yeti has Unchanneled Fury. So we've seen this on the Minotaur before. Unchanneled Fury means if this Yeti wants to move, basically it's got to be the Blitz. Because if this Yeti's not blocking or blitzing, then it's a 4+ to activate. Otherwise, it's a 2+. So it can be tricky to get this Yeti into position where you want it to be once there's nobody around to hit. 2 back to receive for the nose count here. They've one of the Berserkers, number 5 on the left, and then a lineman on the right. Here's the kick to start this evening's game. All the way in the corner here. Old Gamer Mike demanding death. We'll see if the nose count's actually going to try to get under the ball. They will. Ball out of bounds. It'll be a touchback here. So probably put it in the hands of number... No, they're going to put it in the hands of number 5. Number 5 with the ball all the way back in the end zone in the left corner. Turn 1 to get underway. First order of business for the nose counts. Move the ball forward to the 14-yard line, back to center pitch. See if 4 Horsemen get some protection on the ball here. Yep, gonna pull back the number 6 lineman in the left wide zone. 2 wide in either wide zone here. Moving the number 9 lineman, the back that was back to receive, moving forward the ball carrier, taking a block here on the line. Very loose protection on the ball currently. Gets a knockdown on the right defensive end here. 2-high block on the left side of the line. Works out due to the block skill. Block is such a great skill. Maybe the most important skill in the game. Got the KO. That's what I'm talking about. Went on offense, got the blocks first, got the removal. One-man player advantage now for the nose count. Oh, Gamer Mike, it would have to be a necromantic horror. So you're missing an N and you need the word horror in there as well. I didn't make it that smart. Back in line. Another removal, perhaps. Yes, indeed it is. Two-man player advantage for the nose count. There you go. There you go. Ten seconds on the clock for the nose count. That's the whole turn. So turnover here for the nose count. Keeping this offense spread wide. Has the ball on their own 14-yard line. Got two removals right out the gate. Well done. Turn one now for Imitation, Skaven, and Nathan. Mr. Pibb, the ogre, the middle linebacker, is going to move forward to take a mark on the number 3 hole player. Here's the blitz. Two-die blitz. Gets a pal. Looking for a 9+. Got the 9+. Got a stun out of it. Cubic Zirconia, the number 8 blitzer, will be back to right wide zone. Not a whole lot of action out of this defense. Staying spread out. Turn 2 now for the nose count. So the Yeti might very well try to blitz the catcher here. Or an assist could come in on the ogre. That could happen as well. But that assist would have to come from number 2. Number 2 could come in on the assist. The Yeti could swing around and take the 2-die on the ogre. It would be an 8+ to break armor. Or the Yeti could get a 3-die on the catcher. But then claw, not really in effect. 3-die on the catcher. It's really a 6-die due to frenzy. Tight cage formed on the nose count zone 2-yard line. D going after the catcher. 3-die block on the catcher. This won't work. It'll be a push. Another 3-die on the frenzy follow-up coming up. Got a pow out of this. This is a tricky thing with frenzy as well. You have to follow up on those blocks. You have to make that second block as well. Got the armor break. Only got a stun out of it. Which means if you're not careful, the Yeti can really be pulled out of position here. Not too bad here. Still in front of the cage. Taking a mark at number 4, Velveeta. One of the safeties in the secondary. Wow, moving real forward here. Exposing the right side of the cage. We'll see what marks are taking. You're taking a mark on number 11, Plastic Tree. Taking a mark on Cubic Zirconia from the rear side here by the number 4 Berserker. Turn 2 now for the human team, Imitation, Skaven. And don't forget Nathan. There he is in the reserve box. Yeah, so now that side of the cage here marked by that ogre. Front right corner marked by number 5, Beyond Meat. Blitz almost certainly coming up here with number 7. 3+ dodge on the right side. Took the dodge first. Failed the dodge. Wow. Took the blitz on the right side instead with Plastic Tree. Failed the dodge. And that's a turnover. Wanted to keep the blitzer in the left wide zone to prevent the cage from moving down the left sideline, but failed this 3+ dodge here after the reroll, in fact. Now the nose count. Lineman on the cage. Gonna blitz fake Rolex here. It'll be a 2-die blitz with block skill. If he's taking it with number 11 here, this is tricky because number 11 is the journeyman. If this die roll doesn't work out, then there's a loner roll to get through. It's a 50-50. You have to spend your reroll first, and then it's a 50-50 shot of whether you even get to use it or not. So that can be very tricky. No blitz. Looks like it might be a half cage on the left sideline. That's a precarious situation to be in. Let's say the ball carrier goes here. Whenever your cage is marked, you have to be careful because that means a block can be taken and then the blitz can be saved for the ball carrier. .39 seconds to go for the nose count. Repositioning players. Stand up blitz by the Ulfraner. 2-die blitz. Got the pound. Mr. Piv has to follow up here. Whoa! Got the armor break. Got a stun out of it. That was scary. Scary for the human team. This is going to free up the right side of the cage here. Well done by War Horseman. Two-die block on Beyond Meat. Got a pal here. 8+ breaks armor. None of these linemen want to rush. They're all drunkards. So if they have to move more than 6 MA, they fail on a 1 or a 2, not just a 1. Oh, my goodness gracious. Sets up the cage in the left wide zone. Yeah, there's that 50-50 with the Yeti. If you're not taking a block or a blitz, it's a 50-50. But has the whole back of the cage marked here by fake Rolex. Frenzy follow-up trying to take out Velveeta. Doesn't do it. Has to follow up due to Frenzy. 1-die block on GoBots. Gets push out of this. Turn 3 for the humans. They've got this cage marked on the rear side here. Could take a blitz on the ball carrier. Wenger thinking carefully about this turn. He was at a 2-player disadvantage already here in turn 3. Ogre stun. That's unfortunate. It's always unfortunate when you lose your big guy there. Takes a mark on Tom Zarek, number 8. Beyond Meat on the mark. Here's the 2-die block on Tom Zarek. Gets a knockdown here. 8+ is not a lot. There's the armor break. Got a stun out of it. Three+ dodge by Velveeta. Gets in front of the cage. It's a 3+ dodge with a free reroll due to the dodge skill. Dodge does 2 things for you. It gives you a free reroll on failed dodges. Dude, I'm uphill blitz. That's not gonna work. Oh man. Good effort. Took the blitz on the ball carrier, didn't work out, dodged it away first. Silicone and Saline on the blitz. Turn 4 now for the nose count. So the nose count in scoring position, but I think Wenger is probably okay with this. Like Wenger having players in a position, having players here, 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 some down here. He's going to want to start applying pressure and forcing the score early. And if he can do that, he can win with a 2-1 grind. Meaning that once the nose count scores, Wenger's job at that point is to never give the ball back to the Norse team for the rest of the game. Did I block back at the line of scrimmage? Again, this is great. This is why block is great. Ooh, another armor break. Gets a stun. 2 stunned players on the pitch, 1 for each team. Lots of armor breaks so far in this game. There'll be lots more to come. AV8 on the Norse. AV8 on the catchers. There's 4 catchers on the roster. Again, failed that 50-50. This is that problem with the Yeti that we discussed. This is why I thought the Yeti probably wouldn't be put up on the line here. I thought maybe the Yeti would reposition on the first blitz and then stay with the cage that whole time. But even so, the Yeti being on the right side of the cage here is not a terrible spot. It's a little too far back for my comfort. If I were this team, I'd be a little worried. Second block on fake Rolex. Again, he's going to stay on his feet. You can't knock fake Rolex down. He may not be a real Rolex, but nobody can tell the difference. Oh, going to rush into the... There it is, 1-0. So the nose count takes the lead in this game. Well done by War Horseman. But now the human team is going to try to hold on to this ball for the entire remainder of this game. They're going to try to score in this half on turn 8 and score again on offense in the second half. I would have spilled all of those without even dancing. Wow, both KOs came back for the human team as well. Wait, did I just see... Did you see that? Oh, it was on the other side. Okay. All right. I was like, why were there halfling cheerleaders? Oh, because it's the other team. So turn 4, score for the nose count. 5 turns now for the human team to get on the board. The nose count up against this fast team is gonna have to screen out the opposing team. They're gonna have to spread across the pitch. Three on the line currently spread 1 space apart. 2 in either wide zone. So the defense giving up the sidelines to this faster human team. We'll see how this human offensive formation takes shape here. Yeah, so you can see Wenger sticking beyond me, the number 5 catcher, right on the line there on the left side. We'll see if he repositions. Two catchers in the left wide zone, 2 on the right. All 4 catchers up on the line. Human team has an opportunity to pick apart 1, maybe 2 players from either side of this formation. They can bring a very fast catcher around. They can bring a very fast catcher around, or maybe even to the side, and come in on the blitz. Gobots back to receive. Here's the kick. Oh no, all 4 catches on the line, and the defense scores a blitz on the kickoff event table. Spire said aim it true again. Yeah, I might have caused this. Spire, welcome to the stream. So these catchers, taking a mark on number 7. Going toe-to-toe with number 7. Remember, the offense are going to get the block first. I imagine the blitz is coming up against... No, not against a catcher. Going up against fake Rolex here. Frenzy follow-up. Gets a knockdown out of it. Looking for a 9+. So targeted the blitzer. This is a very important piece on this roster, but the catchers with the lower 8. The catchers with the lower AV and the lower strength would have been an easier target. But wanted to get the Ulfweirder in on the ball. Had one more rush, I thought. Could have gotten under the ball, but decided this is fine. Boy, oh boy. 2 more players to activate. Taking a mark on the right as well. Trying to tie down the catchers on the right side of the pitch. We might see another mark on the right side then. Reposition the left cornerback here, number 5. Ball's going to bounce one place to the left. It is marked by number 3. Turn 4 now for Imitation, Skaven, and Nathan. 2 die block on the line. On the right defensive end. Gets a knockdown. 4 on the line for the defense. One of which is that Yeti. There's the assist for the inevitable blitz on number 3. Second assist will make this a 2-die blitz by the blitzer. Got the pal, looking for a 9+ here. Doesn't get it. Great possessions to try to set up a little bit of a pocket here on the ball before the ball pickup happens. Pulling that wide receiver off the left wide zone. Trying to increase this screen here by screening out on the right side of the protective unit. Ogre's going to move to the right to get the assist against number 2. This will be a 1-die block, gets a push. Catches with a strength of 2. Well, dodge. Don't know if the reload will be. It is oh, he had a dodge skill. There was no reload. Number 4 is going to threaten the pass down on the opposing 12-yard line. So even if Imitation, Skaven, and Nathan don't actually pass, what this is going to do is this forces the opposing team to cover this player, right? He's got to go in and pull players off the line to cover this catcher. That's going to make the defense at the line weaker, which is going to make the offensive running game stronger. This is still a little far away. No, you still got to cover it. The thrower moves up. You definitely have to cover it on this turn. Block on the line. Gets a push here. This is the Yeti on the block. Frenzy follow-up into double pals. Remember, Claw treats this as an 8+. There's the armor break. Got the KO. 3-man player advantage now. No, I'm sorry. It's a 1-man player advantage. You got back all of his KOs. 1-man player advantage for the nose count. But now the Yeti in a difficult position again, right? This Yeti, in order to move effectively, is going to have to do the blitz to do it. Two-die block on the center. Gets a pow out of this. Another armor break. And another removal. Who is the team with the low armor? I can't tell anymore. 2-man player advantage for the nose count. Two-die block in the right wide zone. Gets a dodge push out of this. Gonna try to surf this catcher. Here's the frenzy follow-up. Well done. Got the surf. And that is a 3-man player advantage now for the nose count. Four Horsemen having no trouble playing into the block skill, into the frenzy skills. 3rd degree frostbite. I think you might be right. I mean, look at that hand. Like, I don't want to. That's just dangerous. Like, that's an OSHA violation. Turn 5 now. It's going to be the human team's first time up at bat, so to speak, here in the 2nd quarter. Two-die blitz gets a pound, number 4. Number 4 was marking that downfield catcher, Velveeta. And now GoBots moving forward on the handoff. No, on the pass. Good pass here. Gets the ball in the hands of, I can't believe it's not Butter, and he's going to move down pitch. Very well done here. Did that quick pass here with the thrower. Had the free reroll with the throw. Free reroll on the catch. Got that ball down pitch with that mighty fast catcher, that MA of 8 to the handoff to Velveeta. Velveeta then takes the ball and parks it outside of the end zone. We'll see if this is a little early for this or not, but very well played here by Imitation, Skaven, and Nathan. Humans have a little bit of everything, right? You can have the 4 blisters. They all have the block skill, MA7. You can have the 4 catchers, MA8 with the dodge skill. The linemen are perfectly fine. I think that's the definition of a human team. They're fine. But I think they're the strongest at low TV early in the season, because I think their generalist nature is. I think the specialist nature of their opponents is typically weakest at lowest TV. And so the generalist nature of the humans is most effective at that low TV range. Turn 6 for the nose count. Nobody can get a ball carrier currently, but might see an attempt to try to force the score. No, just leaving the ball carrier alone, trying to get player advantage for the 2nd half of this game. We'll see how this works out. 2-die block gets a push out of this on Mr. Pibb. Seems to be debating the reroll. It's better out here. Gets a push. Two-die blitz by Bumble. This is a both down result. I don't think they're going to spend the reroll on this. Big guys typically have the loner skill, as does the Yeti. They do use the team reroll, and it worked out. Wow, spent the final reroll here. Looking for an 8+ on Mr. Pibb. Doesn't get it. So no more rerolls for nose count. Rerolls for nose count sounds like a novel. It sounds like a 1927 novel. Or like a stage play. Two-die black, push on almond milk. Frenzy follow-up here. Gets the knockdown. This is way back at no man's land across the line of scrimmage. On Imitation, Skaven, and Nathan's own 14-yard line. And now they have the ball on the opposing 24-yard line. Turn 6 for the for the Imitation Skaven team. I drink Coke Zero. And, like, it's fine when it's cold, but as it starts to warm up, it tastes awful. It's so awful. Scoring here with the catcher, 1-1 the score now. Imitation, Skaven, and Nathan tie this ball game up. So getting on the look at him go. Look at him go. Getting on the board a little early here, I think. Probably thought couldn't keep the ball safe for another turn. Gonna give a few turns up to this Norse team. They're gonna see if they can get on the board before the half is over. Just the one KO comes back for Imitation, Skaven, and Nathan. This might be another thing that Wenger maybe calculated for here by scoring a little early here. They'll get another shot at their KO rerolls, and they had 3 KO'd, so might be trying to maximize the odds for getting all the players back onto the pitch. Old Gamer Mike, thank you very much for the bits. Moob said they had a sale a couple of weeks ago here. Moob, welcome to the stream, by the way. They had a sale a couple of weeks ago here. Buy 2, get 3 free of 12-pack sodas. Buy 2, get 3 free. My goodness, I would have been all over that. The level of excitement I had for that makes me realize I'm old. I guess me too. 5 on the line for this offense, 3 for the defense. You can see that ogre back in that middle linebacker position. 2 back to receive. Once again, it's going to be the number 5 berserker and the number 9 lineman. Here's the kick. Cheer fans. Imitation, Skaven, and Nathan. So Imitation, Skaven, and Nathan got the prayer to Nuffle, and now if they cause a casualty on a foul, they'll get SPP. They might do. They have a player advantage now. We'll see. Ball's going to be put in the hands of number 3 with just 2 turns left to go in the half. That's a frenzy player. That's a difficult piece to put the ball on. The reason for that is if you want to block a player away, your opponent knows that you must follow up, right? That your movement options are limited. Post standing resolve here on the left side, and can just put players in your way. Two-die block over on the right side gets a push out of this. Old Gamer Mike says it's sad that Papa Little Caesars is cheaper than Kroger's. Oh, like soda at Little Caesars? Yeah, I think like a 12-pack is like it's like over $10, at least here. Just a sign that I should start drinking water. I mean, I drink a ton of water, but I just started drinking water exclusively. Rush down the right wide zone. $2 at the pizza place is $3 at the store. It's $3.50 unless it's on sale. Yeah. It's outrageous. Water is evil. Tell you what, when my water gets slightly warm, it's not disgusting. not like the Coke Zero. Another rush by the Berserker. Moranian Terror down the right wide zone. Gonna set up a half cage here. putting it all on the line here on this half cage. And now 2-die block at the line. This will be a knockdown and a turnover. Blitz is going to be knocked down here, not having the block skill. Turn 7 for Imitation, Skaven, and Nathan. Imitation, Skaven, and Nathan. Black Wolf 82, welcome to the street. Black Wolf cheering for this Norse team. Okay, Mike says, water destroys cars. Do you think it's safe to drink? Water destroys homes. How could it possibly be safe to drink? Imitation Skaven and Nathan to set up columns here, almost certainly, to try to stop this score. These columns are covering all of this area. Not even a blitz can get through freely, and there are no rerolls left for this Norse team. I love how the cheerleaders just continually dance. They never stop. They never ever stop. It makes canyons for crying out loud. Wow, failed the bonehead roll. Got through the loader roll, but of course failed the rush. Spends another reroll here. Boy, none of this worked out. None of that worked out whatsoever. Failed the boneheaded roll, spent a reroll, got through the loader roll, then failed the rush, spent a reroll again, and then rolled into a skull. Trying to get a mark on the ball carrier. Final turn here, turn 8 for the nose count. They've got a ways to go to the pizzle. Yeah, welcome to the stream. Black Wolf says, I'm a Warhammer lore nerd, so I think they're all secretly masks of Slaanesh. I like my Warhammer lore too. Fingers, welcome to the stream. Fingers says he could ball blitz here and get through with Whirlwind. Yeah, so something I didn't talk. I talked about the problems with that, but with this formation, there's also a benefit, right? Well, kind of a benefit, but basically he can get two. Oh, I got a KO here. But what he could do is, because he has Frenzy, he gets 2 blocks, right? And remember, when you are leaving a tackle zone on a block, that's not a dodge. So this is a way that he can get through this predicament and minimize the number of dodges he has to make. But not doing that. So we're gonna do a 2-die blitz. Breaks our. Oh, got it. Oh, sorry, buddy. Oh, a head injury. I can't believe it's not Butter. Can't believe it because he can't think straight. Another removal here. This is a permanent removal this time. The first one of the game. So 4-man player advantage for Nerdstrom's nose count. $15 seconds ago. Blitz has been spent, so it's just putting your faith in Nuffle at this point to try to get on the board. Here it is. Nuffle said, Why the sideways movement? What was going on there? Final turn of the first quarter coming up. Imitation, Skaven, and Nathan has nobody to score. They'll pick the ball up. They'll maybe pass for some SPP, it looks like. Would have thought they'd taken blocks first. Nope. Gonna pass. That'll work out. 1 point of SPP on GoBots. Oh, they don't have any rerolls. That's why. 2-die block now. Number 4 gets a push out of this. Nathan on the block. Well done, Nathan. 1-1 the score at the half. Imitation, Skaven, and Nathan are going to be up on offense. We'll see if they get the KOs back. They only got one. Wow. So they'll be down 3 players against this Norse team that has all 11 on the pitch. I just picked up my 2024 almanac, Blood Bowl almanac. I'd forgotten that it was a thing, because there wasn't one in 2023. Three in line again, setting up this defense in the exact same formation, giving up those sidelines. Old Gamer Mike said, "Just hit me, no bore, no bore, no bore." Boo. We'll see what Wenger's strategy is going to be here. They're down 3 players, one of which is one of those very important blitzers. High kick. Gobot's going to try to recover this ball here. Just one blitzer on the pitch. And that blitzer's on the right side of the line here. Spire says no boars, no Valks. Yeah, no Valkyries, no boars. 3-dive block is a both standing result on the right side here. That was the blitzer, fake Rolex. Everything else here is a little bit more dangerous. Ogre Blitz got the pal here. 7+ with Mighty Blow, but does not break armor. The Ogre will finish the blitz by moving back to cover the ball carrier. And once more, the humans are going to send Silicone and Saline, the number 6 catcher, downfield to the opposing 12-yard line. Spreading out the screen on the ball carrier. Nathan going to move up for the assist against Tom Zarek. 2-dive block. Got the knockdown here. Can he break armor on this 8+? He can. Got the armor break. Got a stun. 2-dive block on the right side once more. This time a push. Turn 9 now for Nerdrum's Nosecount. They have all 11 on the pitch. One is stunned. Otherwise, everybody's standing. Take a mark on the downfield catcher. Took it with the Journeyman this time. Now taking the blitz with the Berserker, who's permanently on the roster. Gets a frenzy follow-up here into the knockdown. Well done. That Slack message. Sorry, work message. So yeah, turn 9 back to the nose count here, and took the blitz, got the knockdown on the catcher on the right wide zone. Tried to activate this Yeti with that movement, but again, if you're not blocking or blitzing with the Yeti, it's a 50-50 whether you get to activate that Yeti or not. Unlike Boneheaded though, unlike Boneheaded on the Ogre, this Yeti won't lose its tackle zones. 26 seconds to go. So I've noticed over here, like, watch her spin. Watch her spin. Watch the spin. Do you see how she's dropping beer out of the mugs? There is no way there's going to be any beer left in that by the time the game's over. There is no way whatsoever. Turn 10 for Imitation, Skaven, and Nathan. I want somebody to record that and calculate the volume of beer that's been lost over the course of the game. They refilled it at every score. Humans up here on turn 10. They have the ball on their own 14-yard line. They have a very thin screen protecting the ball carrier. That's fine. They don't need much more. No pressure by the defense here. Looks like the defense is maybe playing for the draw at this point. I think it's a little premature for that. I'm also not sure if that's true, but we'll see. Armor break by the Ogre. Got the removal on Cold Hands McGee, the number 2 Ulfwerener. And now a 2-man player advantage for the Norse team. SB Beaver says, when you look away, they drain the spillage back in the mud. There's no way you're getting that out of the grass. Don't lie to me. 2-high block on number 10. The tenderness of Cafe. Gets knocked down, but no armor break. Wait, the Appa was used on what? That complete. All right. Cage moves ahead here. Cage on the 4-yard line. Tight cage with the Ogre on the right side. Oppo use of the beer bugs. Now Nathan on the foul. This is one of the good uses of the halfling. Trying to get the removal. Doesn't get it, but doesn't get called off. The ref couldn't see it. Halfling's good for the 1-turn touchdown. It's good for assists. It's good for fouls. Very cheap piece. Spire said Appa was spent there to keep the KO on the field and keep the player advantage. Fair enough. So I bought a Transformer, like the toy, of my favorite. So there's a Transformers line called Masterpiece. It's like the high-end line with like better engineering, better parts and stuff. And they made a Masterpiece version of my favorite Optimus Prime ever, who just so happens to not actually be Optimus Prime. But I'm very excited. Called God Jinrai is his name. Or Super Jinrai, really. But there's God Bomber that's coming later in the year when that releases, and you can combine them into God Jinrai. Also known as Power Master Optimus Prime back in the day. Or even today, I guess. Now pressure being applied by this Norse team. So the thing is, with the player advantage, so a little bit of pressure is okay, but heavy pressure means that if there's a, if say this guy goes down, there's a lane for this very fast team to shoot through. Two-die block here by the Yeti. Gets the armor break, gets a stun out of this. Now the blitz. Blitz on the front left corner of the cage. Two-die blitz got the pal here. Has to follow up due to frenzy. Breaks armor. Big armor break. Great removal here by the Norse team. That's another player removed, and it's a player on the cage. They now have a mark on the ball carrier. Well done by War Horseman. There's some Nosecount on the bonus clock here. A little under 5 minutes left. And that'll be it. Turn 11 now for Imitation, Skaven, and Nathan. There is Nathan. Where'd you go, buddy? There you are. Hey, how's it going? How you doing, man? Whoa, those are big icons. Dude, I block on the previous blitzer here. Gets the knockdown. Breaks armor. Another good armor break. This time for the human team. Got a stun out of it. Imitation, Skaven, and Nathan still with all three rerolls here in turn 11. It's a tie ball game currently, 1-1. Two very, very fast scores by both coaches. We saw that significant speed advantage with the human team on the Imitation, Skaven, and Nathan score. It was a quick pass by the thrower. Thrower advanced a few spaces for the quick pass to a catcher. Catcher advanced all 8 spaces for the handoff to another catcher who advanced 8 more spaces. Blitz by the Ogre, breaks armor, looking for the removal, and got the POW on the Ogre blitz. It's a +1 with Mighty Blow to the armor roll. If you don't need it for the armor roll, you get it for the injury roll. Power Oppo Karma. And now the offense setting up a half cage on their own 2-yard line on the right sideline. Nathan successfully dodges away. And now another dodge, 3+ dodge here, successfully works out for Silicone and Saline. Continuing to be a nuisance in downfield here. Is in scoring position. Remember, players in position for a handoff. Could also be a quick pass. If it's a pass, or even if it's a handoff, right? If it's a pass by the thrower, there's a free reroll on the throw, and whether it's a handoff or the reception of a catch, it's a free reroll by the catcher. So humans have a definite passing game. Again, they can do it all. They're not very good at specializing in any of it. My day at work today was, I did a bunch of work. I was already redoing work. I had something quote unquote done on Monday. It turns out it was wrong, so I had to redo it. And then I was finishing that up, and it turned out that was wrong because something else broke. So I'm in the middle of redoing it again. It's very frustrating. Did I block against fake Rolex? Gets a push out of this. Grolkus, the tenderness of Cathay, the number 10 lineman on the block here. All the drunk linemen have been well behaved in this game. Mark taken on the back corner of the half cage here. A lineman, number 7, Haithwy the Warped. Takes a mark on the back left corner of the half cage. Blitz by the Yeti on the rush. Succeeded on the first rush, failed the second rush. If a reroll is spent, Loner has to succeed. So Warhorseman would decide to use the reroll first, and if so, we'll roll a d6 and a 4+. They'll actually get to use the reroll. Spent the reroll, but failed the loner roll. And that's the turn. Turn 12 now for Imitation, Skaven, and Nathan. The rush fails. 900%. I just saw it in the 2024 Almanac. It fails 900% of the time. Unfortunate spend of the reroll there. Down to 1 reroll for the game. 2-die block now on number 10. Gets a push out of this. Was looking for a little more than that. Spire graciously lowers the rush failure rate from the BB 2020 900% down to the old LRB 6 99%. It's very gracious. 2-die block on the Wolfwearing error by Mr. Pibb. This frees up the blitz on number 3, but it's a strength 4 player. I think Nathan probably dodges in for the assist. No, it's going to be a skull on number 7 instead. So Nathan on the 1-die blitz on number 7 re-rolls into a skull, and that's a turnover. Oh boy, we've got a game now. Two-die block on number 4 for sure. Remember, the Norse Berserkers have jump up. It does not cost 3 MA for this Norse Berserker to stand up. No blitz, though. He's moving back. Wolfwearing blitz. Stands up Bumble. Got through the 50-50 roll. Nathan, why? Your name is in the team name. How could you do this? Nathan, the team looks up to you. Looks down to you. The team looks down to you, Nathan. 2-die block on Velveeta. There it is, but only got a dodge push out of this. BB Nut, welcome to the stream. Good evening. BB Nut asks, which division is this? This is Division C. Wolfwearing blitz. 2-die blitz. Got the POW on GoBots. My Amazon Echo reminded me to take out the trash. Thrower's going to remain on the pitch. The ball's going to remain on the pitch as well. Stays on the, it gets pushed, or scatters one, bounces. I should use the right terminology. Bounces 1 space back to the 6-yard line. 2-die block on fake Rolex. Gets a POW out of this. Still has a number of players to activate, but on the bonus clock with a little over 4 minutes to go. 1 reroll remaining for the game. It's a tie ball game. This is the final turn of the 3rd quarter. Three-die block on Velveeta gets just a push out of this. It's because Velveeta is so rubbery. Just bounces right back up. You can't knock down Velveeta. Don't do it. Don't you dare do it. Don't! All right. It's going to push onto the ball. Velveeta once again pushed here. Spencer reroll looking for the knockdown. That's the final reroll for the nose count. They get the knockdown here. Oh, he did it. He did it. He pushed on the ball. The ball's going to bounce though 1 space back to the 8-yard line. No more rerolls for the nose count. Just under 3 minutes on the bonus clock. That'll be the turn, I think. Oh no, they got a block up here. Yeah, 2-die block on Silicone and Saline gets a POW out of this 8+. Will break armor on this catcher. But no armor break. That'll be the turn. Indeed, we're in Division C currently. It's Nerdrum Nosecount versus Imitation, Skaven, and Nathan. The Nosecount looking for their first win. Imitation, Skaven, and Nathan looking for their second win. If they win tonight, they'll advance into second place. A lot of time being eaten up here on the bonus clock. All right, there we are. 2 minutes, 18 seconds left on the bonus clock. Fourth quarter begins. It's a tie ball game. 2 rerolls left for the human team. None for the Norse team. Norse team does have a 3-man player advantage currently. Does have a 3-man player advantage currently. I think they have 11 in the pitch, right? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. I could swear they had one more. I don't know where I'm going wrong with my map. Loop says my games have only been draws in Division C so far. Hey, that's points. That's points. And all the cuts now in this season are going to be a cut to top 8 instead of a cut to top 4. So plenty of opportunity to make top 2 or even top 3 and make the cut. 2-die block. Gets a push out of this. Oh. No, War Horseman has a draw, and Tizzle Bizzle has a draw, too. Oh, I see what you're saying. Those are draws against you. I get it. I get it. I get it. I got there in the end. 14 seconds to go here in turn 13 for the human team. A scrum forming around this ball. It's going to be a big fight for this ball. Remember, the human team has speed advantage. They have the dodge skill on these catchers. Also on Nathan himself. But the opposing team has the block skills. They have frenzy. So it's going to be real interesting to see how this scrum shapes up. Nathan! All right. Nathan fails to dodge again, but got through it with the dodge reroll. And now the blitz. Rush for the 1-die blitz on the Yeti. Gets the knockdown here. A 9+ would be huge. Doesn't get it, though. It's a 75% dodge, actually, due to the dodge reroll. The dodge reroll spent. Team reroll spent on the second dodge. Failed the dodge, and that's a turnover. Oi, oi, oi. So failed the first dodge, spent the dodge reroll, and that succeeded. Failed the second dodge, spent a team reroll, and that failed. And got KO'd. Pretty big loss here for this human team. Fourth and final quarter here for the nose count. They're going to take some blocks and try to recover this ball and try to win this game. I had a bye this week. I wish my bye was later in the competition. But alas, it is this week. It's early in the competition. That's fine. Nosecount, repositioning players here to the left of the ball. Most certainly going to go for the ball pickup. I guess it's going to be number 10. Allpointer will have to clear out of the way. 2-die blitz gets a power on plastic tree. Looking for a 9+, doesn't get it. Number 10 has the best agility out of the bunch here. But there's nowhere to go unless number 10 jumps, which obviously he doesn't want to do. So number 2 will get out of the way, probably come below the ball. Pulling players back into the scrum. Back on the bonus clock, a little over 2 minutes to go. Still 3 players to activate. Takes a mark. There's number 2 moving, clearing the way for number 10. Number 2 here with the strength of 4, taking a mark on the blitzer. This could be a good mark. Oh, he's picking it up with the opener. What? 50-50 pickup. Didn't want the 3+. Said no, the 4+ is fine by me. Didn't want it in the hands of the player with the block skill. He wants the SPP on number 3. We'll see if this works out. Turn 4 now for Imitation, Skaven, and Nathan. 2-die block on number 5. Doesn't work out. Doesn't get through the loner roll. And that is a null turn for the human team. Turn 14 for the Nosecount. Are they going to score, or are they going to park this ball outside the end zone? They're going to park right outside the end zone on the 24. Took the first block with the ogre, but it didn't work out. Spent a team re-roll. Failed the loner roll. And that was it. That's the big risk with most of the big guys in the game. They tend to be loners. So you often don't want to start your turn with a big guy activation or a loner activation because it could go wrong. But, of course, your opponent understands this and will often try to put you in a situation where you have to do that. Turn 15 for Imitation, Skaven, and Nathan now. Don't know what they can do other than pray to Nuffle. I think that's all that can happen. Just the 1-die block gets power here. The lack of block at low TV for human teams is why I personally favor get 2 SPP there. Well done. That's why I personally favor picking up all 4 blitzers. 3+ dodge gets a free reroll. Rush mark, failed the rush. Failed the rush. The Nosecount's gonna park this ball all the way in the corner here. On turn 15. We've got one more space. Let's see. Somebody can get from there. I guess there could be a mark if they're on the sideline still. And this way they have a positive dodge away. But so the Bashy game paid off for this Norse team. Got aggressive on defense, got aggressive on offense. Got a significant player count against this human team. Ball ended up in a big old scrum here around the 6-yard line, the 8-yard line. The human 8-yard line, that is. And this Norse team was able to recover the ball, and they're in pretty good shape to win this game here. They're the defensive team, so if they score on turn 16, the human team will be done. They won't get an extra turn. There's no risk of the one-turn touchdown. 2-die blitz on fake Rolex gets a push out of this. Frenzy follow-up. Just another push. 3-die block on poor Nathan. It's a 7+. Yeah, Nathan, sorry, buddy. Oh, Nathan. Nathan! They're going to be called Imitation, Skaven, and Charlie next game. SP Beaver said, did he use the oppo on Nathan? He did not. He did not. Looking for some SPP here to close out the game. Only got a both standing result out of it. That'll be it. Turn 16 for the Nosecount coming up. Final turn of the game with no rerolls left. They'll walk the ball in the end zone and win this one 2-1. Oh, there's one more turn for the human team. I thought we were on the human team. I am not paying attention. I am so sorry. All right, now it's the final turn. Oh man. There's the score. Congratulations to Nerdrum's Nosecount winning this one 2-1. Picked it up on the 50-50 with the ult there. Was able to stay on his feet and still got the SPP on the player. Very well done. Hey, the KOs came back, eh? Congratulations to Nerdrum's Nosecount for their win. And with that, they'll be in 4th place here in Division C. Congratulations for the first win of the season for Nerdrum's Nosecount. Very fun game to watch. I had a lot of fun. Old Gamer Mike, thank you very much for the bits. We'll take a look at the schedule before we leave. We saw this earlier, but we'll go over it once more here. We have 3 games left in week number 3. This Saturday, March 1st at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's UTC -5. We have the Pipstars versus Vesuvian Lavabacks. That'll be Dead Fred versus Berserker Tempest. That's a Lizard Mirror match. That'll be a fun one. And then we'll close out the week on Sunday with a doubleheader. Sunday, March 2nd, starting at 7 o'clock p.m. EST. That'll be the Goodest Boys Strike Back versus the Dinner Bell Darlings. Old Gamer Mike versus Doug the Minotaur. Necro versus Dwarves. And the second game of that doubleheader will be the Discomancers versus Wooden Men and Iron Trees. Ian versus S. Beaver. Necro versus Wood Elves. After that, week 4 will begin to be scheduled. And when those games get scheduled, you'll be able to check out and get alerted to those schedules on our website at maml.club. That's maml.club here on Twitch or on our social media pages on Blue Sky, X, and Facebook. You can also watch previous games on our YouTube channel. Play Blood Bowl, man. This game's great. You could bring a beer bore onto the pitch. Didn't happen tonight, but you can do it. You can play Blood Bowl via Blood Bowl 3 on Steam, the Epic Game Store, PlayStation, and Xbox, and in tabletop form at your friendly local game store. Until Saturday, March 1st at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, take care, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening.